Long pause. Uncomfortable silence. Oh, wait. Welcome to the Line Fire Media Show, episode 57.
Woo! Oh, that was premature.
This is a show where we discuss all things guns, gear, deep dives in movies, shows, games, and more. Your host tonight is the always fun and sometimes entertaining Hunter of Range Hot.
Oh, yeah! He's the man!
I'm Dave from Live Fire Media, and let's get into the show. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, how are you?
I can complain, but what's the point? Wouldn't do me any good.
It's purely just
I know.
addressing that I even asked you.
I know. Formalities, being pleasant.
Exactly.
So something I want to jump right into movie-wise.
Okay.
Just Monday, I was watching. Thanks. Monday, I was watching the original Evil Dead. You know, Bruce Campbell.
She's so cute.
Laughing at Eva again. It's Evil Dead. Familiar with Evil Dead, right?
Yeah, dude. The trilogy.
Well, but I'm referring to the original in particular, though.
In my mind, there's only three. There's Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. So, yes, the original.
Okay. Well, because the original obviously is legit straight up horror.
It's kind of campy horror, but yeah.
But honestly, I think that campy comes from it was a shoestring budget, you know. I mean, the whole cast were also in production on the whole damn thing, helping, you know. So it was obviously the most tiny budget movies ever. But you take that campiness out of it, it's straight up a horror movie.
Oh, sure, it's a great flick.
Yeah, like there's nothing. You can laugh at things now about it, but like I would think even watching it, you don't watch the original Evil Dead and find anything funny in it. It's disturbing. It's fucked up. It's twisted.
Sure.
And it's great. You know, an enemy you can't ever actually fight or beat. Obviously, the sequels are completely different and great in their own fashion. Where 2 is a remake of 1 and 2, or a remake of 1 and does its own thing, and then 3 ends up being still a remake of 1 and 2 and doing its own thing. But so from there, you said the trilogy.
Hell to the king, baby.
So he's great. Bruce Campbell's the shit. But so you didn't watch the remake from, what was it, like 2013? Or I don't know if you call it a remake. Revisioning, reimagining. Yeah, like everybody, 2013. Did you see that one or no?
No.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Like, but you have to think of it's being like the original Evil Dead. It's a horror movie.
Okay.
It's not slapstick comedy like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. It is more back to the original root of Evil Dead. And for that alone, like, it's done really well. It is different. It's not the same story. I think in a lot of ways it works. And what's funny, so I watched the original Evil Dead Monday. It was on HBO Max. It's their service.
Is it? I've got that. So, okay.
I think they're all on there.
Army of Darkness is, because Candy and I watched it.
Okay, well, the original's on there, and then the most recent one, Evil Dead Rise, is also on there, which I've seen. And Evil Dead Rise continues on with the Evil Dead remake of its horror. It's the straight up horror style from the original film from the 80s. So give them both a watch. I highly recommend both of them. But again, in your case, best known that I prefaced it with, it's horror. It's not trying to be slapstick of Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Because if you want more of that, that's Ash versus Evil Dead, which is fucking great.
I love that too, man. I
didn't finish it because I think it was on Netflix or something, and maybe now it's not. I don't know. I need to try and go back and find it because I thoroughly enjoyed that as the continuation of that whole trilogy.
Yes.
But now, on top of all this, I didn't realize coming out Friday is Evil Dead Burn, latest installment. And the trailer I've seen for it, again, more straight up horror.
Now,
looks good.
Is this one of the? Is this more of a independent type film or not a Hollywood like blockbuster?
You know that I can't say, but what I can tell you between the Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise, they're not directly connected. It's just like other stories that happen within the realm of Evil Dead. And that's kind of what Burn is too. So I don't know those particulars. Like they're large budget, I can tell you that much, because the effects and shit are top notch in the last two. So I guess yes, they are, but Sam Raimi's a producer on it. So that kind of has some weight to it. Like they feel like Evil Dead films. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But what's interesting though is in Evil Dead Rise, they play a record from like the 1920s, I think. And this guy's theorizing that there's multiple copies of the Necronomicon. And the one you see in Evil Dead Rise is very different looking from the one you see in Evil Dead. And the one in Evil Dead looks reminiscent of the original trilogy's book. And I caught a YouTuber yesterday, I think it was, and he was saying that the 2013 film, just his opinion, that it's not a sequel, but is a continuation, which still would be a sequel, I guess. I don't know. There's so many jacked up terms now for films of midquels, interquels, and reimagings and remakes and all that crap that I don't even care anymore. But this guy was going off that basis of in Army of Darkness, there's 3 books, and he has to find the right one to get himself, home. You need to get out of here. But of course, in that movie, in Army of Darkness, 2 of them were, I don't know, fakes maybe. But this guy was implying maybe just they weren't the right one for his dimension, like the book is interdimensional, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. So it was a kind of a cool theory. It spun my mind from just watching Evil Dead and Evil Dead Rise, because Rise brings in the idea of, with the different looking book, that there are multiple books in maybe multiple realities or dimensions to it all. And I was like, damn. Even if none of that's true, just one guy's theory, it's just cool and fun. Because those movies are they're great.
I'll check out the new ones. I like the old ones for sure. So I'll check them out. I like good horror movies.
I mean, I guess this thing, if you enjoy the first one, like, I think a lot of people really like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness over the original film because of the comedy they add to it. While I do enjoy that, I love the original Evil Dead for being the straight up horror that it is. It's as bleak as like Hellraiser, and Hellraiser is another level of horror movie I really enjoyed. The first 2 Hellraisers, they weren't monster slasher movies like Freddy Jason bullshit.
And man, I got to be honest with you, Dave. I love horror movies, but I like intellectual horror movies.
Right.
The Friday the 13th, to me, I mean,
they're fun, but they're not good movies. No. They're not. I mean, I'm not saying every movie's got to be thought provoking, because God knows there's times I don't give a shit. I want to turn off and just be entertained.
Sure.
But just, yeah, you can read so much more into Evil Dead and Hellraiser. And
yeah. How many times can you chop up teenagers with a machete until you're like, okay.
Right. Right. Oh, look, another crazy wacko kill. Aren't we silly and fun? It's like,
right. Or Freddy, Freddy Krueger. The first Nightmare on Elm Street was not bad.
The first one's cool.
But
it's a modern classic.
Yeah. But like, the more thought provoking, like Hellraiser, that's
right.
That's bordering on like gothic horror.
Right. And I'd say this is gothic horror.
Yeah, it is. It's it's gothic horror. It's not like grimdark, but it's very gothic. It's very, nihilist a little bit. And I liked it because, like Pinhead is a force to be reckoned with. And when you summon him, he comes there to bring you the pain and the pleasure, but he's completely indifferent about how you feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm here. This is happening, whether you like it or not. And I like that gothic.
You opened the box.
Yeah. Well,
we came.
The Cenobites were just so, and I'll tell you, man. So the last Hellraiser,
talking the most current remake thing with the chick play Pinhead.
Oh no.
Okay.
This still had Pinhead and the Cenobites in it. But,
okay.
It's where they had the Assessor. Movies. Do you remember the Assessor? The guy with the typewriter.
No.
So he lures these people that are evil into this house.
Okay, that was from the 2018 film Hellraiser Judgment, and I can tell you I have not seen that one.
I'm gonna
The Auditor, it says. The Auditor.
The Auditor, bro.
Yeah.
So the movie it's a solid 6.5.
Wow, okay. That's higher than I was expecting to hear.
But there's a couple, 3 or 4 scenes in there that were amazing. Like the grotesque creepiness of it surpassed anything this Hellraiser's ever done.
You know what? Not to say that, it sounds familiar that I thought I remember hearing they were trying to like revitalize it with another sequel. Maybe that was the one. Does this guy look familiar?
That dude.
Yeah, with
bro.
The round Coke glasses and faces all slashered up.
And he I'm not going to spoil it, but people that he's lured in, like that guy, he lures these people into the house and he interviews them and like their confession, he's typing out on a typewriter.
Interesting.
You know, and like the people that are like resistant, you know, he's like, look around this place. Pain is my currency. You know, resist all you like is futile. And he's so matter of fact, ambivalent to anything other than he just wants to get your confession down on this typewriter. And he's like, there's no judgment. I'm just taking your confession, man. And
right. I just want to hear it,
bro. And then I'm not even going to tell you what happens, but like,
no, please don't. Because if you're telling me you give it a solid 6, I'll absolutely look it up and give it a watch. Because I love the first 2. Even Clive Barker says he loves the first 2.
Yeah,
I remember watching the third one.
Was the third one with the Leviathan?
No, that's the second one.
Okay, so what the third one?
Third one is where he had a guy that owned a club, and he has the column thing that spins that had the body parts and shit all on it.
Nailed to it.
And he like bleeds on it, and Pinhead's face is in there, and he convinces him to like feed him. And I think he brings like hookers or something up, and then he basically comes back. But it's called Hell on Earth. And I remember that's when Dimension Films bought the franchise. So it went very, I guess I'd say mainstream in that sense in the first 2. And I remember like when it came out in video, my dad was like, oh, hey, you like the Hellraiser movies? Those were fun. Let's get the third one. I was like, yeah, okay. I remember watching it even as a teenager, like, yeah, okay. It was entertaining, but it felt very much more like now a Freddy or Jason film. But
I remember it vaguely, but I think I only watched it once or twice.
Right.
Versus like the first and the second one.
I could watch those over and over and over.
Yeah, they were great, man.
I think the last one I remember actually watching Hellraiser franchise. Was it Bloodline maybe? Science fiction film? Both prequel and sequel. Yeah, actually was the fourth one where like half the movie takes place in space, but then has different story segments, almost like a Tales of the Crypt or an anthology movie, where it's like different eras of time dealing with Pinhead in the box. And the sci-fi side of it looked terribly cheesy, but the end story, I don't know, it was okay.
I don't know if I watched that one, man. Maybe.
I know like Inferno I've never seen, Hellseeker I've never seen, Deader, Hellworld, Revelations. Yeah, and then Judgment is the one you're referring to. And I did watch the 2002 or 2022 Hellraiser where the chick plays it's Pinhead, but it's almost like it's another form of Pinhead. And this felt the most like a sequel from the first 2.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
It's on Hulu. It's their movie. I had my wife watch it with me the one October.
Is it worth watching?
I think it's worth watching. Yeah. Like the score hits the notes, reminds me of it. I mean, it's done very seriously. It's not like the cheesy sequels. I think it's worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna check out Hellraiser Judgment though.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a little slower.
That's the 10th one.
Damn.
Yeah, right. I'm like, they made 10 fucking Hellraiser movies, not counting the semi reboot makes 11. Like, that's insane.
I didn't realize that many.
Right? Like, holy
But,
shit.
You know, it's of course how many Friday the 13th did they make? 13, 14?
Yeah, something like that. But those were like, I feel like those are made for more for nothing than what Hellraiser. Hellraiser's all of them still a lot of heavy makeup effects on Cenobites. There's always more than one. It's more than just Pinhead, you know.
And the thing, you know, like with the Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the Halloweens.
Oh God, Halloween.
It was essentially the same movie.
Yes.
Just a little different, you know, but you know, the bad guy is tough. He's a nightmare. He's
killable. Yeah.
Yeah. He kills people and he can't die. Okay. You know, but whatever.
But then you get the essence of Hellraiser or an Evil Dead. It's something that you can't contend with. Like, you can shoot Jason, you can shoot Michael Myers, you know.
So
I mean, I guess you technically, yes, you could shoot a Cenobite. It's not gonna do anything.
No.
If anything, like, yes, shoot me some more.
Right. So there's this guy on YouTube that pits fictional characters together.
Okay.
And it's all AI.
Sure.
Like it's all AI, but it's good. It's well done. So he did like Pinhead versus he did Pinhead versus Jason. He did Pinhead versus Freddy. He did a bunch. The only one that Pinhead lost is he did Pinhead versus Superman.
No.
I disagree with that too. I don't think Superman could whoop Pinhead.
No, because Pinhead's not even a man. He's not even a living thing. Like,
right. But so let me. I was having a conversation with Solace the other day.
Look at my shock face.
But this is along what you're talking about. So, you know, I cast lead. I cast lead bullets.
Right.
And I'm using wheel weights.
Yep.
And they come out about 18, 19 Bernal hardness. If you want to make them a little harder, I'll go to my plumbing supply house and I'll buy silver sorter, like you do plumbing sorting with. Okay. And I'll melt that into the concoction there, the wheel weights.
So
and
that kind of silver bullets.
So there is and it's like 0.2% of silver in silver sorter.
Right.
It's nearly nothing. But so that prompted my question. I was asking Solace, if you were going to kill, this is all fiction, obviously. If you're going to go kill a werewolf, how much percentage of the bullet has to be silver? Is it got to be 100% silver?
Right.
If it's got a little bit of silver in it, you know.
I feel like nobody's ever discussed that. It's just they're just magically silver bullets.
Right.
You know.
And so the conclusion that Solace and I come up with, as long as it was at least silver jacket, whatever does the wounding has to be silver.
Right.
So you have to kill, it takes a silver jacketed bullet at the very least, or I guess you could do a plated. And anywho, so I'm like, okay, so the only way to kill a werewolf is silver. Yes. I said, all right, what if you, shot a werewolf in the face with a bazooka?
Right.
What if you chainsawed him up in, little pieces? So we went on and on. So it devolved into, you catch a werewolf, you run him through a wood chipper, you collect all the meat that you chipped him up with, debone it, mix it with 200 pounds of hamburger, and then have a party and make werewolf burgers and feed everybody this concoction of werewolf meat. Is your stomach acid caustic enough to digest and kill the werewolf hamburger?
And what would your determination with Solace say?
Well, we got into the theory of what is a werewolf. It's not the creature that you're concerned about so much as just a curse. So if you shot a werewolf with a bazooka in the face, and blasted him into a million pieces. If left unchecked, those pieces would find themselves and reform the werewolf. And I said, okay, well, what if you had 100 strong boxes? So you blasted the son of a bitch with a bazooka, blowed him up in a bunch of pieces, and put 2 pounds of werewolf in each strong box.
Just burned to nothing.
And and he said, well, you'd have 200 or 100 2-pound really pissed off werewolves. Like would that 2 pounds of werewolf meat form a werewolf? And then I'm like, and then what if you ate it? And then you shit it out. You got werewolves reforming themselves from digested werewolf meat.
I think that's how you get ghoulies.
Oh man, that could be. so then that devolved into Terminator 2.
Yeah, T-1000 liquid metal. Oh, yeah.
When they froze him,
yeah,
and he shot him with a shotgun in the foundry.
Actually, it was 1911, but yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what
Hasta la vista, baby.
Oh, that's right. It was the end. She was shooting him with a shotgun. Okay, yes. Thank you.
Yep.
So when he blasted into all those pieces, before it melted, what if you'd have had 50 strong boxes and you went along with a shovel and you filled each box up, with a shovel full of that liquid Terminator before he reformed, and you locked the box up and it was 2-inch thick steel? What would happen?
Yeah, I don't know, because at some point, like, my mind goes into, in the case of the T-1000, it is a machine, and if you have a liquid metal machine, does that mean it's more like The Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing, where every single atom is its own self-contained thing? So that means, your little lock boxes all of a sudden are going to have little miniature guys in them, all of them, almost like when Army of Darkness, when Ash chops up the version of himself, the evil version, and there's a bunch of little mini ones.
Right. But okay, so that begs the question. So I'm like, okay, Solace, so you got a 2-pound werewolf. Now, how dangerous is that?
You'd be like, I'd be like, look, isn't he cute?
Think about it. It would look like a little, like a little puppy. You're like, look, I got a 2-pound werewolf.
A fuck up chihuahua, if anything.
But he'd be mean as shit. He'd be trying to bite you. But you ain't, you're like, oh, he's so mean and evil.
See, I'm going to say, if you're going off, you mentioned the curse bit, which I feel like that's not mentioned much in werewolf movie lore anymore. You go the curse side of it, eating it, anybody you fed, you're going to turn them into fucking werewolves. Because if a werewolf bites or scratches you, you become one.
Right, but
I feel like in a lot of the lore. So at that point, wouldn't everyone you fed werewolf become a fucking werewolf?
I don't know, because some diseases, like if it gets in your blood, you'll get it. But if you were like to consume meat and it goes to your stomach,
you got a ways down before it gets to your stomach, where what you're eating is touching the rest of your body. Before it gets to your stomach.
But it's got to do more than touch. It's got to invade. It's got to permeate.
True.
So how dangerous is a werewolf burger?
I wouldn't eat it.
I mean, but you wouldn't know it.
Well, okay, so you're being the sick chef here that's feeding us this shit, not knowing what's going to happen, hoping that our stomach acids are, saliva is a good starter, and stomach acids enough to deteriorate it all to nothing.
Right. Or then you poop it out, and then you got a bunch of poop werewolves.
Shit wolves.
So this is how our conversations devolved.
Interesting.
But that goes along the same lines of like Jason Voorhees. He was immortal. Was he really? What if you dropped an ICBM on his forehead?
Well, and that's, again, like you said, that's why gun guys don't make movies, because we would literally have enough ordnance to blow shit up, to break it down to the atomic level, to be nothing left, and go, okay, now what?
Now what?
But werewolves, depending on the werewolf movie. Yeah, they always talk about it's got to be a silver bullet. Well, but at the same time, you look at vampires. A lot of people jump to the whole has to be a stake to the heart. Yeah, but I like to go back to Bram Stoker shit. Stake to the heart, that's one way. The other way,
cut the head off.
Cut the head off. You cut a werewolf's fucking head off. And I can understand if you're saying you leave the head near the body like a T-1000, it'll find itself and reconnect.
Right.
Cool, fine. But you cut the fucking head off, keep it separated out, and then burn the head and burn the body separately. Bitch ain't coming back.
We Candy and I watched the remake of Dracula.
Which there's been so many, dude.
It was the latest one.
But it still was like love story focused, wasn't it?
Man, it had a couple good scenes
from 2025.
Yeah, but it was,
I heard they were trying to say it was like the most accurate representation again, which put me on a deep dive. And everybody was like, everyone said Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula from the 90s with Gary Oldman, which I think is great, was the most accurate. But at the same time, to the actual novel, there is no love story of him looking for lost love. That was all made by Hollywood. So whenever a movie says, oh, it's the most accurate, but he's still looking for his reincarnated love, it's not.
I read that book a long time ago.
I can say I've never read it.
I've read it. I don't remember. I thought he wasn't looking for her, but he saw Mina. Like he saw her and remembered. I don't know, man. I remember read the book, like a heavy Wikipedia synopsis on the book, and there wasn't anything about him looking for love. It was just he's a fucking vicious monster, eater, killer. So it really means the love story shit more or less kind of started with Nosferatu, which also started the whole death by sunlight, and Hollywood has just run with that. The Gary Oldman Dracula was hands down the best Dracula movie ever.
I think so.
I mean, and I've watched them all, bro. Well, probably not them all, but I've watched a lot of them.
I tried to go back and watch some other ones. Like I was watching one, didn't finish before it left the service, but it was it was just called Dracula, but was it Frank Langella was Dracula? I think, or I know I've seen Christopher Lee ones, the old Hammer films, but I don't know. Yeah, there's so many of them, man. Like they're so damn many, and you always kind of want to give them a watch just because you never know.
You never know what if it's going to be good, bad, or what have you.
Right. So the new one was just okay at best.
I would not go to the movie theater to see it.
Well, no, I wouldn't either. Like,
you know, if you're at home and it comes on,
no, I'm home. I'll watch. I'll give anything a chance.
It had some good parts. It had some brutality to it, but you know, it to me it pales in comparison to Gary Oldman.
Right.
You know,
I think that was just so good.
He just nailed it. I don't think it's kind of like Val Kilmer doing Doc Holliday and Heath Ledger doing Joker.
Right.
It won't ever be topped.
Right. When you knock it out so good like that, it's just.
I watched the what was the joke? What was his name? That played the Joker going around, the newest one.
Well, are you referring to Jared Leto?
No. It's a few years old. He was the bad guy.
Oh, you're talking the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched the first one of those.
Yes.
It was all right.
It was all right. I went in. I don't know what I was expecting. I know it wasn't going to be like the Joker, like the Batman fights, and I don't feel like it really set it up as such.
It was like an origin story.
But yes, it was. But it's still, I don't feel it was I don't feel it was the origin story for the Joker that Batman faces off his entire life. It's a guy who started the moniker, and that's just it. The Joker becomes a moniker at that point.
Okay.
You know, because you had the whole city all calling themselves Jokers. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I heard the sequel is so god awful that it completely ruins the original.
It's a musical.
Well, then there's that too.
I mean, at the end, he blows the talk show host away on TV.
Well, that's the first one, but I guess my understanding is the second one, though.
I never watched it.
No, neither did I. But I'm just telling you what I've listened to, though. The way the first one ends, are you not questioning what's real and what's not?
Right.
Like, yeah, he shot the host in the head, but everything else that happened, like, is everything questionable? I think that's kind of cool part is everything is questionable.
Did he imagine it?
Right. I mean, we know some things he imagined, like his relationship with the girlfriend didn't happen. That was all in his head. But so much other shit you don't know. And I guess in the second one, they flat out laid all out of what was real and what wasn't real. So any mystery you had in the original, it's gone. It was like,
that might
yep, not watching.
Take some of the fun out of it.
Right? It's like, I'm out. Never mind. I'm good.
All right. So going off, I had a conversation today with Solace.
Okay.
So Matrix.
Yeah.
You remember when Cypher was talking to Agent Smith in the restaurant? He's eating steak. There was the chick with the harp.
Ignorance is bliss. Yeah.
And so he was making that deal with Agent Smith. I'm going to get you to Morpheus, but I want you to put me back.
Right.
And I want
somebody like an athlete, somebody important.
Somebody famous, like an actor. I thought that was funny. So anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, you're sitting down, you're negotiating with a machine. Would Agent Smith keep his word? Would he, if you delivered Morpheus, would he go? Because think about it. The difference from a bum to a trillionaire in the Matrix is a few lines of code. So it doesn't cost him anything to create that. But is he such a diabolical son of a bitch? And he's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. You know, he's going to be he's going to be a homeless motherfucker without arms.
Right.
Or is he so cold, calculated, and indifferent that he honors the agreement just because he doesn't care?
I think if you didn't have the revelating conversation of Agent Smith with Morpheus, I need to get out of here, Morpheus. This is a prison, you know. Humans are a disease. If you hadn't had that conversation, I would say Smith would probably have been like, yeah, sure. Because he even said, I don't remember any. Cypher says, I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So if he's not going to remember shit, he would never know. So at that point, I feel like at that point in time, Smith would have been like, yes, you deliver Morpheus, we'll put you in and make you something cool. You don't remember shit. But when the reality, Smith was not a cut and dry program. He hated his existence.
He became radicalized over.
Yeah, he hated his existence. So no, I think Cypher, like you said, would have ended up being like a quadriplegic fucking hobo in the Matrix, probably with all memory intact.
Here's how I envisioned it. I envisioned he would wake up and be like a famous, whatever actor, hedge fund manager. He would be rich and wealthy and have the big mansion and all the cars. And that would go on for like maybe a year. And then Agent Smith would come in as the IRS agent and audit him and take all his shit away from him. And at that point, he would recognize Agent Smith, be like, damn. He give it all to me, and I had it a year, and then here he comes and takes it away, and now I'm back in the shithole.
Dude, that's pretty good and fucked up.
That's how because I think he radicalized more, or maybe he would put Cypher in the Matrix and hold up his bargain initially because he radicalized more over the movie. So let's say, all right, Cypher, and so Cypher for that year is living in the Matrix, and he doesn't remember shit. And everything is hunky fucking dory. And then as Agent Smith becomes more hated, more just diabolical, he'd go, you know what? Fuck that guy. I'm going to dip in and I'm going to ruin his life because you know what? Fuck him. I don't know. That's how I would envision. Because he was my favorite character in the whole movie. All three movies. He was my favorite character.
Oh, Agent Smith? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Man, he was so good. That was the dude that was in the Lord of the Rings, right? Played the elf daddy.
Yes,
I remember
the elf daddy.
He was
Elrond, Lord Elrond.
Yeah, he Steven Tyler's daughter was the elf chick.
Yes,
Erwin. And you know what, man? Speaking of idiots, the lead guy, Aragorn,
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, So in the movie, he's dating this elf chick who is like, man, she's a 6.5, maybe 7, until you deal with her, and she's like a 4. Okay, but he meets this badass strawberry blonde like warrior chick that's fucking way hotter and got a way better personality. Oh yeah, and totally blows her off.
Okay, disagree with you, but okay. I'm still
Really?
listening. Keep going. I'm listening.
Well, to me, I'm like, why would you date this nagging bitch that's going to live, 1,000 years and just be up your ass until they put you in the dirt? And her old man fucking hates you. Or be like, you got this badass strawberry blonde warrior chick. That's to me, no brainer.
Okay, let's back up here a little bit. Yeah, the Rohirrim chick. I'm drawing a blank on her name. She's human.
She's like, I am the man. When she stabs that.
Yeah, the Witch King, yes, but she's human. Okay, she's human. Her lifespan as a human is this. Aragorn was a Dunedain. His lifespan is like this.
He was a what?
He wasn't just human. He would live for several hundred years.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was human.
So they're like, so we'll just say example. Human, I think it was a Dunedain is what they're called. Here's like, let's say here's his lifespan. Here's the Rohirrim. And Erwin's immortal. So no, he would taking the strawberry blonde in the long run, it'd feel like a year, maybe with her before she goes old and dies. Whereas Erwin, he would live with her for a long damn time.
But okay, so I got 2 points on that. A, you spend enough time with a woman, it may get a little grueling. So, you're married 40 years, you're like, fuck. Think about it. What if you I've been married to this woman 6,000 years. Holy shit. And that's got to be a hell of a drag. And I've never been married, so I don't know. But B,
therefore, we're throwing a lot of credibility out the window here.
Okay, but B, he and a couple other cats completely saved the fucking world. So he could hook up with those elves and do some fucking hocus pocus on the strawberry blonde, and maybe she could live fucking 1,000 years.
Well, not Mormon, man.
You talking about he could have them both? Or he could... No.
I said they're not Mormon, man.
No, he could pick the strawberry blonde because she was the hottest and the coolest. But he's like, she got a damn short lifespan. However, not about the fucking king.
Go back to Erwin as a fallback after she dies.
No, man. No. He could, she's like, okay, we're gonna be a thing, but I'm gonna live 50 more years. And he's like, he's gonna live, I don't know, whatever you say, 1,000 years. But he'd be like, look, walk outside. Everybody you see owes me a favor. And everybody you'll ever see owes me a favor. So we're going to call in some of them favors. I'm going to get them elves, and I'm going to get them in here, and they're going to do some magic on your ass. And not only are you going to live 1,000 years, but you're going to say smoking hot. And you're going to go to D cups. What?
No.
And why? Okay, but there can be fucking trolls and orcs made out. No, it's a fantasy movie. So don't say no.
Based off a really detailed fantasy world, so no.
So you're telling me that there's within the borders of the Lord of the Rings universe, there's no magic that could extend the life of a human being.
Extend? Sure. Extend to any means like you're talking? No.
How did
look at Bilbo. Bilbo was older than he should have been. It was extended by the ring, but look what it did to him.
But no.
So yes, it exists, but to do it all in the pure, all positive, all the way around, no, I don't think it exists.
But it could.
I'm just saying it doesn't.
Okay, well, it doesn't.
Sure, you're right. Sure, you write your own fantasy, and it could, yes.
Right.
In Lord of the Rings, no, it doesn't exist.
I disagree. I think that he could totally get her hooked up. Like, look, I can get you another 800 miles out of this. We'll get you another 100,000. So he's like, I'm going to live to be 1,000. You probably make it pretty close. That's how I see it, man. That would be win-win.
Okay, I get your take, man. I'm just total disagreements with you. That's all.
That's okay. I mean, the elf chick, man, I was like, she's loathsome.
I don't know, man. I always like Liv Tyler.
I'm talking about the character. Like to me,
Erwin.
She was loathsome. It's always heavy with her. Like, you couldn't go out. Like, let's go get some beers and hang out and have a good time. and she's not going to be up for that.
I don't think you grasp quite how the elves are either. Then
maybe that's what it is.
I mean, they're pretty different,
right? But I mean, everybody likes fun, right? And she was like a drag.
Maybe elf fun is just something very, very different. We can't comprehend what elf fun is. Maybe I don't know, man. I'm not an expert on the subject matter of elf fun.
Well, I'm not either, but Ray Charles could see she was
elves. Sorry, I'm saying elves.
Oh, you fucked up?
I used the wrong term. Yeah, I did use the wrong terminology. That's all right. I don't give a shit. What do you do? Chastise me for it?
I'm gonna have to alert StreamYard.
No, dude. Speaking of alerts, I was messaging or engaging in conversation on Instagram, and a buddy had made a post about green dot, red dot, or gold dot.
Like you talking about like a front sight?
No. Optic colors, like red dots.
They got gold?
They're gold dots. Yeah. I think it's relatively new. But
that would be
the point is, though, I just made a comment and I was like, I've used both red and green. Work really well for me. I don't really have a preference. I would certainly give the gold a try. And a buddy makes a joke at me that I've known for a long time on there. And I try to reply back to him, calling him a dork. And literally, I was like, dude, it was his tag name. And I was like, you're such a dork. Instagram immediately throws up a message on there of that was either, I'm drawing a blank on the term now. What'd it say? Hate speech or inappropriate or hate speech. Calling someone a dork. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You can clearly see that I'm friends with them.
Right.
And I'm like, and that's so I had to replace it from dork to goof. Like,
I got my
Instagram. Fuck off.
I got my PP slapped by Facebook because my buddy posted something, and I don't remember. It's a good friend of mine. He's a biker.
Sure.
And he posted something, and he's always just like. So anyway, he posted something, and he got a new welder or some shit.
Okay.
I was like, dude, you look like a really just miserable ass, ugly old woman. Right? And fucking Facebook slapped my pee-pee for disparaging a woman.
God.
And I'm like, whoa, it's a dude. And I know him. Yeah, they restricted my posting ability until I went and until you edit the comment.
Yep.
You can't do anything else.
Yep. It's so weak. Like it makes it retard back to thinking that's how weak and pathetic people really are. But I know it's not. It's mostly AI bullshit that doesn't comprehend it. But yeah, it's so dumb.
I was on a cold. You'll appreciate this. I need to put my phone up. I'm going to read you these messages this guy sent me. So I posted. He had posted in Facebook group I'm in about Colt. That Colt, the Colt, they got their receivers from. They were the Blims from Kimber.
Okay.
And so I was like, hey man, put the meth pipe down, back away. No. And if you don't want to believe me, here's a link to a video you can go watch. And so here's his message to me. You should learn to read. Really accusing someone of being a drug user, you fat fuck. If you pass second grade, you stupid ass hick. I really hope you shoot yourself. His name is John Davis or Jonathan Davis. He had like both. One may be a pronoun. And dude, I thought to myself, wow, that's pretty fucked up. So I just shot him back a message that said, hey, why don't we get together at SHOT Show next year and we'll have a beer and we'll talk about this.
Right.
So the admin of the group shoots me a message.
Oh God, here we go.
And he's like, I saw the exchange. He's like, That guy was like super. His words were, "Yes, he was big mad." So they reprimanded. John said something really like "Go shoot yourself" or "Go kill yourself." In the said deleted it, and they slapped his pee. And he sent the admin, "Really, fuck you, block me because some fucktard can't read after you talk shit. Get fucked, faggot, fucking liberal, eat a dick, fuck you."
Yeah, that'll get you banned.
You know, and I thought to myself, what in the fuck? I just like step away from the meth pipe. People say that all the time.
Right.
So, as a youth.
Just fucking around. I mean.
And he come unglued. Unfucking glued. But when I went to look at his profile to find out where the fuck he lived, he had blocked me. So
I don't know, man. I mean, end of the day, we all have known this, that especially meta-based platforms, they're not free speech areas. They're really not. You know.
Anyway, you were talking about bad shit on social media.
Yeah.
That was my story.
All right, so here's a hard segue here. Familiar with ETS magazines?
Yes. Didn't they make a clear mag for a while?
Yeah.
Yep.
They still do.
Yep. No, I know. I have. I think I've got one of their clear mags.
Any opinion, thoughts?
I mean, I think I did a review on it, and I think it worked in everything that I shot it in that it was made for.
Yeah. So I remember when they first came out. I think I had a few friends that were big Glock guys that swore by their mags because they obviously make Glock mags, because who doesn't make a Glock mag? Go down. Then I know they make MP5 mags, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything good about the MP5 mags. I have no personal experience, so I can't say. I've bought a couple of the AR mags, and which is kind of cool. You won't care about this, but I think it's neat and cool. Maybe they've changed now, but the ones I've got, there's a picture of it. It's still like a G36 mag, so you can couple them together. You can couple a bunch of them together. Yeah, like, is it really that useful in the long run? I mean, do more than two, in my opinion? No, it's a bit much. But doing two like that, that's pretty cool.
It saves you from having to buy the linkage.
Yeah.
Because Magpul sells a coupler.
Yeah.
There's like two together.
Yeah, a lot of people make a coupler, do some form of jungle mag. But I think it's cool. I've used it. It's been fine. Well, when I got my VP9, obviously it's H&K and all the shit's expensive. I bought some VP9 mags.
Okay.
And I guess I don't really entirely believe in the whole idea of like range mags and duty mags or whatever.
Okay.
But these things, I'll say, while they ran fine, the biggest problem I run into is 9 times out of 10 they wouldn't lock the slide back on empty.
No shit.
But that doesn't bother me too much because with most striker fires, my grip, my thumb's usually on the slide release, slide stop anyways. So more often than not, I'm going click anyways, and then doing a tap rack, or I know it's truly empty, so I'm just ripping it out and throwing the magazine in. So I don't really care. That's not a huge deal breaker for me, personally. But what's cool is they do offer a lifetime warranty on their mags.
Oh shit!
I looked the other day. I had 2 of my mags. This is a 21 rounder smoke, and I've got a 17 round that was clear on the back end. Pretty good sized crack down the back of it. I was like, oh shit, that sucks, because I was trying to put ant rounds in it, and the rounds kept popping out. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh shit, there's a serious crack in there. So I was like, all right, screw it. Let's try their warranty. Emailed them, and they emailed, oh wow, that's really unheard of. I'm like, is it? Like, it's just polymer, man. This shit's gonna break. So whatever. They sent me a label. They said, send your mags in. We'll take care of them. All right. Printed the label, sent them off, and like a week later, 2 new mags showed up. Like,
hard to argue with that, right?
It's like, seriously, if the gun feeds and runs reliably with them, but maybe it doesn't lock back on empty all the time, but at the cost of these things, because they're cheap, like 40 round mag, $16. 30 round mag
from HK, like the OEM.
Like 50 or $60.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, 15, 25 or 17 round mags. So I've got like, I don't know, I feel like a dozen ETS mags. I've got a bunch of metal HK mags, and I run them, but I absolutely will run the shit out of these things on the range, and it matches and stuff because they're cheap. I mean, again, everybody forgets too. Magazines, they're disposable, all of them.
It is a consumable item.
Right. I mean, so yes, the precious HK mags or the 2011 guys out there with those mags are like $70, $80. Those mags are still disposable. Yes, you can rebuild them. I know that, but you're still going to spend money replacing springs and shit.
Yeah.
And eventually, the metal mags. Eventually, you're going to deform those feed lips so bad that it's worthless.
Excuse me.
So, I don't know, man. I won't knock the ETS mags, but I think the end of the day is as cheap as they are. If you want to try one, absolutely try one. If it doesn't work for you, okay, what? You're out $15.
Right.
Like, I do see now MMP, Glock, and SIG, they have new metal reinforced tops feed lips, which I think is pretty dope. I would definitely try those if they came out with them on the VP9 side. But either way, still $15 and a lifetime warranty.
Yeah. Sorry, Bus.
That's
I did a bunch of reviews on the PMag, the Glock PMags.
Yeah.
And they did really well.
They what?
One loaded to capacity for like a year and a half. And
but Magpul makes a good magazine. They always have. And I think that's the thing. If you're not Magpul, I think a lot of people look at it and turn their nose. In ETS, though, I won't turn my nose to them. I'm going to say give them a shot. Again, MP5, I have not tried those. And honestly, I'll say I've got a bunch of MP5 mags. I don't need any more MP5 mags. But again, that's what they are. Probably $20, 25 for 40 rounder. You know what? I should probably buy one. Just give it a shot.
Yeah, see if it works. Be a good review.
Like, yeah, right. I mean, and I'll be honest. If the thing doesn't work, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna email them and send it in to them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this doesn't run in my H&K SP5. Don't tell me it's out of spec because it's a fucking H&K. You know what I mean? But if it just doesn't work, well then, fucking so what?
They'll cover it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because the AR mags have worked fine for me. VP9 mags work pretty damn good enough that I buy more of them. Like I said, more friends have said Glock mags were great. I don't know. Anybody that's out there listening, you need some cheap magazines and they fit your platform, give it a shot. Buy one, take it to the range. If it doesn't work, sell it. Throw it in the trash.
Don't want to go buy a Magpul PMag.
Right. Well, that's for Glock at least.
Yeah, well. Do they only do PMags for no? Do they only do PMags for Glock?
They've gotten into they do 320 and 365 mags, but those are metal mags. Oh. So if you want Magpul polymer handgun mags, I think it's still just the Glock.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that answers that.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why it got so red.
It got dark.
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna mention with you is I finally got that Outlier suppressor. The one yeah. I think I had it. No, did I have it when we aired? No, I didn't. I knew it was.
I think you had got it and you hadn't shot it.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I had it in hand and hadn't shot it. Yeah, I'm working up a review for you to put up on it. I don't have a lot of rounds through it, but a few rounds honestly gives you more of a tell with a suppressor, I think, than what a lot of rounds do. Does that make sense?
It doesn't have any moving parts, so there's no real failure to it.
Right. I mean, I've changed the rear end out multiple times. This thing came with a 1/2 direct thread. It's hub compatible, so I put on right now. I have the the rugged tri-lug, so I put it on my pulse rifle, and then I also put on Rugged's universal piston setup, and I ran it on my Echelon. So I've run it on a handgun and a PCC. It works. I ran some 124s. I ran some 158 subs. It works. It's discount wise, it was $150 this can.
Damn. What's the report like?
So I compared this directly to my Science-Co Osprey 45K.
Okay.
Which was like the exact same size as this thing. So I can even show. Oh, nope, that's not it. Oh, hey, it's my desk. Here it is.
Bam.
Oh hell.
They're like the same size.
Right.
Biggest difference I can tell you though is with both 124s and the subs, the Osprey was quieter. But I think difference of blast chamber is like here on the Osprey and it's here on this thing.
Right.
This thing's got mats, it's got a lot less baffles to it. But also cost. This thing's what, $800-900?
I don't know.
And this thing without discounts, I want to say is like $3 to $4.
So half.
Yeah.
About.
No ear pro. Like I said, this was definitely louder. And the handgun, I would probably still keep ear pro on, even with subsonics.
Really?
Yeah. It still had some bark to it.
Okay.
But for the money though, like, I don't know, what do you need for it? Like,
well, somebody they hunt with a can or whatever and they shoot it, once or twice a day, that would probably be sufficient.
That's kind of what I think. I mean, I need to see it. One buddy's got a 16-inch 9mm setup, and I'll put it on that, see how it sounds on that. Because on the pulse rifle, that's a 8-inch barrel. I don't even think that much. I think my B&T's like a handgun size barrel. Like it's short. So maybe in a rifle it would little better performance. Maybe.
Sorry.
But at the same time, you can still get these things stupid cheap. You like for the mount price. They say you buy the mount and get the can for free. So I don't know.
Well, that's I had wondered about them, but I didn't.
Okay, the B&T's got a 6.9-inch barrel, so it's a little longer than a handgun, typical handgun barrel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess run that thing isn't the most. Maybe I should put on the MP5 and see how it sounds on the MP5.
There you go.
That's
That'd be a good
9-inch barrel. But I don't know. For the money, maybe it's worth it. Ruling's not completely out. I'm not upset about it. Again, I paid $150 for it. I bought muzzle devices that cost more than that.
Right.
So,
and a man of your means, that's probably there's probably more money in that than your couch cushions.
What?
I said a man of your means, there's probably more money in that than your couch cushions.
Okay.
$150. I mean, that ain't nothing to you.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it, buddy.
Well, I've recognized.
Yeah, right.
Birds of a feather and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Man, it's been so damn hot here in NC. I ain't really done a lot of reviews, so I don't have a whole lot to talk about.
I can believe it, man. Well, here I'll tell you. I went out Thursday when I shot this thing, and several guys couldn't make it. Another guy bailed because he was being a bitch because it was hot. All fairness, yeah. Last week, it was crazy hot here. My son went with me, went with another buddy, and he called last minute to say he was going to make it. He was going to make it, and Mason goes, "Well, did he say he's with the son?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Well, see if he wants to bring his kid out to the range." I was like, "Yeah, dude, why don't you bring your kid out to the range?" He's like, "Okay, yeah, we'll do that." By the time we get out there, it was like 6 o'clock, so it cooled off a little bit. It wasn't miserable, but it was still hot enough that we weren't going to run and gun. We were going to set up a bunch of barrels and obstacles and shit. We just kind of stood around, tested some suppressors, and had my buddy, he wanted to get his kid shooting a bunch of his different guns. And it took me a minute, and I was like, dude, how much have you had him shooting before? He was always the first time. I was like, oh, holy shit. I think he said his son was 9, I think.
This would be a good opportunity for you to do video, upload it to your YouTube channel, and then collaborate with me on it.
What?
Like when you talk with these people and going to the range and, testing cans and you get other people out there shooting, even just cell phone video.
Man, I try to think about that. Like, I keep looking at buying a monopod for the phone to mount up just for doing shit like that, just so I can, because taking my Sony and set up a tripod, that's too much fucking work when I only have a couple hours needing them shooting out there.
Do you have a cheap plastic tripod?
Maybe.
So they make this thing, because I use it for my YouTube shorts.
Okay.
And it mounts to your tripod, it's got the same thread pattern as the bottom of your camera.
Right.
But it's like a bench vise, but it's made out of plastic. So you can take your phone and you can put it either way, and then you just it's the plastic jaws with like rubber inserts. So when you clamp down on your phone, it holds it good, but it ain't. And those things are super cheap, like $10, $15.
Funny enough, I just fucked it up.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
I've got this phone cage from I think it's from Small Rig.
Oh yeah, Small Rig,
which I've got Small Rig stuff on my camera, but now it's not locking, which is odd. I think I fucked it up. But this thing's got points all over it where I could attach it to a tripod.
There you go.
And I've actually been carrying it with me because just quickly pop my phone into it.
Well, that's what you ought to shoot. Like, talk to these guys when you're shooting a can. Just film it, upload it, and collaborate with me, and I'll help spread the word.
That is not a bad idea.
So,
to go on with that, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I thought you was getting ready to wrap up. I got one more thing I want to talk about, but you go ahead. I apologize.
Yes, they're putting it in there. No, the other thing I was talking about was I was going to plug my buddy Nick again with his business, Bus Built Systems, with that Pours bag plate.
Oh yeah,
the TRS shooting. I keep that thing in my truck or in my range bag with me at all times. Oh, there it goes, locked it. Cool, it's back to working. It's sticking a little bit, but I keep that thing with me all the time because last time I had my daughter out, I'd set that tripod up that Nick recommended to me, and it's got I think it's a Coltac wax bag on the Pours bag plate. And I set my daughter up with it to the point where if she's got the box of ammo within reach of her single shot, she will shoot, run it back, grab a new one, drop it in, shut it, shoot. She'll just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot her bolt gun.
Good
and
for
so
her.
basically, yeah. So basically, my buddy, I was like, dude, here, let me get this thing out and set up. I was like, have your kid, because he had a GSG 22. It's like an MP5 button 22 LR, and it was just too big for his kid. I was like, here, dude, you get this thing out, and I sit down his height. I'm like, here, kid, rest it here. Now, sight picture. And I was like, man, how do you explain sight picture to a 9-year-old? And I was like, man, does he play that Call of Duty? And he's like, yeah, he does. And I was like, dude, Call of Duty MP5. And he's like, yeah. I understand what the sights look like. Yeah, go. And the kid, ting, 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 ting. So using that, a good solid tripod with the Pours bag plate and that bag on it, dude, is a great combination for kids. Like, takes the weight off so they can actually hold it, stabilize and get a good sight picture. Can't recommend the Pours bag plate from Bus Built Systems enough. Like, it's legit.
Well, cool, man. That sounds like a good review. If you want.
Yeah, no, I absolutely am. That's why I texted you today about getting my credentials to log back into Range Hot so I can get my 2011 up there.
You got the link, right?
Yeah. You texted it to me.
So look, I know you said you want to run about an hour and jam, but before we get off, So, I live out in the country. I got a little bit of property and it's wooded, but we've got some neighbors. So Candy and I got into the habit maybe a year or two ago.
Okay.
We eat. If you walk to the end of my driveway and back, it is about a half a mile.
Okay.
I think it's 0.4 miles.
Is it really? Damn, I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we eat, and then we walk to the end of my driveway and back at least once, maybe twice.
Right. Get a little cardio in.
Yeah, help digest and all that. So anyway, we've been waiting till after dark to walk, and so last night we're gonna go walk, and I had a poor battery management system on my home defense flashlight.
Uh-oh.
And so, I always take a bright light with me, and I hit the go button, and it was dim. And so I put it down. I picked up my other light. Boom. It was dim. I had 3 flashlights One takes CR123s, the other two rechargeable. Anyway, because I'm just a moron, I let them all go pretty dim. And so Candy's like, well, I got a light on my phone. So I said, well, which is fine. And normally, I wear like pajama bottoms with pockets. And I stick a little 38, even just because it's woods and got coats and shit.
Yeah.
So last night I had on some pajama breeches and they didn't have pockets on them. So I'm like, I'm walking by my revolver. It's laying on the table. I look at it and I pass it by. Yeah, I know. I kicked my own ass. That was complete bad fuck up, Hunter. Yeah, I know. They're straight.
No, I'm just testing myself while you're talking.
Oh! I thought you was give me shit because look at all I got. So anyway, but I got to my porch door and I was like, so I turned around and I'm like, I'm just gonna tote it. So I scooped up my revolver and we're going in the driveway. And so like 2/3 of my driveway is woods on both sides. You've been there. And then the last third kind of clears out. And there's some woods on the right, but you can kind of see off to the 2-lane blacktop. So about the time Candy and I come out of the woods, one of my neighbors, she's a friend of mine, her dogs were going batshit crazy, Dave.
Uh-oh.
I mean, just going batshit crazy. So I said, Candy, that's Alex's house. You should call her. So she does, and Alex is at work. So as she's doing that, we kind of stop. I'm like, let's don't go in the driveway. Let's just hang here. So Dave, by the time she was talking to Alex, this fucking big ass dog, like if you look 45 on my driveway, it's a sharp curve in more woods. So this big ass fucking dog come trotting out, kind of like on the shoulder of the road out of that curve and sees us. Because Candy's got her flashlight on.
Right.
And and I look at him and he's got his tail up and his head up and he sees us and he lowers his head and he lowers his tail and he starts coming this way. He had to been Dave 60, 65-pound dog.
Right.
Now I'm 30, 40 yards from him. So I'm like, I'm guessing, but he was a white dog. And so I said, Candy, and she had her little foster dog with her. So I'm like, that dog may or may not be friendly. She said, even if it's friendly to people, it might not be friendly to other dogs.
Right.
So I'm like, you take off and get to the fucking house. I'm going to hang here for like 15 seconds. And then I'm going to start retreating. So she hauls ass. And I'm like, and put your fucking, like, turn the light off. So anyway, like she turns the light off and it was enough moon where you could kind of see. And she jams. And so I wait about 50 seconds and I start following her. And I take 8 or 10 steps, stop, look. Now he never followed us. As soon as she cut the light out and we made it past the tree line where he had no direct line of sight. And by this time he's 50 yards away, I'm rough estimate. He just lost interest. Because I stopped 4 or 5 times on the way back to my house and turned and never saw him. So anyway, so that worked out best case scenario. But I thought, Dave, what if I would have been like, these britches ain't got no pockets in them. We're just to the end of the driveway and back. I'd have left my revolver there. And maybe things would have went a little. I know I'm maybeing you to death. But really, it's only 2 factors. If 2 factors changed, I might have got my ass toe up.
I mean, okay, the no pockets in your pants, dude. Yeah, you live in the country enough. Just carry it in your hand.
Well, and that's what I did. But like when you're walking and talking, it's you're like.
No, I know it's a thing you're then holding on to, maintaining good trigger discipline the whole time. Is that kind of a pain in the ass in that context? Yeah. Whereas if it's just holstered, that would have been easier.
Sure. But, my point is, and I know you get it, my point is, for those that are listening, if you're like, oh, I'm just going to the store, or I'm just going to run up the road.
Right.
and you walk by your carry gun and it's on the table and you're like, I'm just going in. And when I got to the porch, I'm like, Hunter, don't be an idiot. So I turned around and grabbed it. Now, like I said, everything worked out fine. But what if I'd have left that gun at home like I was going to, and it turned out that dog was either feral or was a big coyote or just a mean son of a bitch, and he'd have run at us.
I mean, I will say, maybe my dog. I will say there's plenty of times I'll do simple, short, quick errands, kind of like you're saying, and I don't grab my gun. You know, but not saying this is a great substitute. Even still, like if I go in like athletic shorts or something, I still usually have some kind of sharp tool on my person at the very least. Like I said, no, that's not a substitute for, you know, for a gun, for the equalizer that a gun is. But I always have got some kind of sharp device. I know. I get what you mean. That's where it's one of those, like, is it almost always worth some degree to have a really small, lighter pistol for different attire like that? You know,
I mean, you know, I've got one of those Kel-Tex P32.
Right.
You know, now we don't have time to get into the, you know, is the 32 auto, but I can tell you this, it's better than a fucking sharp stick.
Right. Absolutely, you know, it is.
It's damn sure better than harsh words.
Right.
So, you know, if I'm gonna go out and I'm wearing like athletic shorts or what have you, I'll stick that little summage in my front pocket.
Yeah.
It's better than harsh words. So
yep, I agree.
I
totally agree.
Every handgun, as you know, is a series of compromises, whether it be capacity, you know, bullet size, energy, carryability, usability, yada yada yada. So
I don't know if I've told you in here, but I've introduced my son to some of the ideology of Clint Smith Thunder Ranch. Yeah. And the thing he really is digging, because my son's really into his 20 gauge shotgun. So introduce him to Clint's ideology where he goes, pistols put holes in people, rifles put holes through people, and shotguns with the right load and the right distance will physically remove sections of you and shit it on the floor. He absolutely just eats up. And I was like, Mason, you don't even understand. I was like, I've met this guy. I've hung out with this guy. It's exactly how he is. It's hilarious and it's awesome. Like, but yeah, the application. Yeah, we can argue and discuss that shit all day long, any day, every day. But
we could agree a 32 in the pocket is better than the 45 on your nightstand.
Yeah, 32 in your pocket's better than a stabby tool that requires immediate closer, you know, distance.
But
I'd rather not close it to this distance. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, you know, but then you see the people that carry the little NAA mini mag, the little 22 mag that fits. Now, you know,
I'm not a fan, but it's still better than nothing.
It would be better than nothing.
I'm not a fan of people that, like, they come to concealed carry classes with 22 LRs and they complete the class with that, whatever, it's fine if it's what they have. But then they're like, oh, I'm going to carry this. I'm not going to say don't, but because if that's all you have, I get it. But there are just better options. But that's everything in life. There's always a better option.
Right. It would be better than nothing. But, you know,
here, I'll throw another thing out there. I saw an infographic today. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. Lucas Botkins, formerly T-Rex Arms, he shared it. And I was like, man, that actually makes a really good point. Hold on, let me see where the hell's it at. Bingo. I'll share the screen. Oh, share screen like this. So I made this graphic 8 years ago. And basically, for those that are listening, the top half of the image is a silhouette of a whole big collection of guns. And it says multiple low-quality AR-15s, cheap accessories, lots of shotguns, basic bolt guns, weird handguns, $10,000. Now, you could also just remove the whole low-quality, cheap accessories. We just say multiple ARs, shotguns, and handguns, and be at 10 grand. Or you buy a quality pistol with optic and light, $1,500. Optic carbine IR laser, $4,000. Yeah, you add good optics and lasers does get expensive quick. Bump helmet PVS 14 Wilcox mount 3,800, total price $9,300. So by doing the less quantity, higher quality, but then also then getting into night vision, I feel like more new shooters that want to do that kind of stuff absolutely should go that route. Don't start buying I think I made my whole comment was get your pistol, get your rifle, get your shotgun, maybe your bolt gun, get like those like 4 guns, good ones, and then get the suppressor. Well, now the suppressor is actually with the NFA shit bullshit. No, get a suppressor for all your shit if you want to get it. But the night vision thing, everybody acts like they can't afford it, but they can when they buy a whole mass collection of their guns. And I did the same bullshit. I had a bunch of damn guns before I started messing with night vision shit. And guess what? I'm like, damn, I kind of wish I'd gotten the nod sooner and maybe not bought so many other damn guns. You know, you could sell them. That's not my thing. I don't sell guns that I bought.
Right.
You know? But it just quality over quantity.
I agree with that to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. I'm not saying 100% like with this, but yeah.
But yeah, that's good logic. I agree with that 100%. But you know, I don't think even a good quality AR and a good quality handgun as your only 2 guns is an ideal. You know, I think even to bump it up over 10 grand, he should at least own a shotgun in there.
No, and that's like I said. I think my comment was start small. I don't know. I posted somewhere saying that for me, if I'd really recommend this route, if you want to get into the nods, is get a good pistol, get a good rifle, meaning like AR, get a good shotgun, get a good bolt gun. You know, good bolt gun could be a 22. I don't care, you know, but get like those classes of guns and then work on the nod stuff if you're wanting to go the nods route.
Right.
At the same time, I think there's a whole bunch of people that want to do the nods route that have nowhere to do anything with nods. So it's kind of like you're just buying it for the fun of it. So then, you know,
that becomes a hard expenditure if it's just a toy.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of guys that like that though, man, that they have it just as a toy.
Yeah.
They don't run around the woods using it, which I feel for them. That sucks. You paid the money for that thing and you can't really use it to its potential, but you know what? Fuck it. Go on a night hike in the park. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
I've got some night vision and we'd go camping at the lake and you ain't supposed to have beer at some of these lakes. So like somebody would have to go to the top of the campsite with night vision and watch for the park rangers. And then this was back when if you saw one that hit you on the next tail. And so we had 2 coolers. We had a cooler of Coca-Colas and a cooler of beer. And so they'd hit you on the next tail. Hey, man, the ranger's coming down. So you just drag that cooler of beer over there behind the truck. And you open a cooler of Cokes.
Yep.
And, you know, so I thought, okay, this is pretty fucking handy because those rangers will sneak up on you.
Oh, yeah. But, well, it's like I seriously, minus the wick expense, I want to get another set of nods. Just the fact that, like, my wife and I or my son and I can go do, like, night kayaking.
Oh, that would be cool.
Right? Like, I'd do a short trip, you know, nothing long and crazy, but just going on nods because why the hell not?
Right.
Because you can, because it's fun.
Sure.
You know, whatever.
I get it, 100%.
It's just money, man, you know.
It ain't never money. You know what my dad said? I ain't never seen no hearse pulling a U-Haul trailer. You can't take it with you.
Right. Use the shit.
All right.
Well, all right, man.
All
Should
right.
we wrap this shit up?
Sure.
All right. Where you at, buddy?
Oh, man. Hey, y'all come find me at rangeshot.com and the YouTube channel of the same name. Dave, where they find you at?
Live Fire Media. It's the gateway to find everything, man.
There it is.
I'm all at.
It's the gateway drug for guns.
Damn straight, man. And then some.
I guarantee it.
All right. Well, let's see. We will be recording next week. The following week, I'm on vacation, so we will not. And we'll resume after that. And I know we're going to work on getting Chris Mudgett, Echo Core, back on here with us.
Okay.
See what he's got cooking. I know he's been running around like a chicken with head cut off doing different suppressor events. So,
you know, I talked to like Ken Campbell. I talked to Camille with Colt. I've talked to a number of people that said they would love to come on and be a part of it. So,
all right, well let's get some email dialogue going on between you and I and them, and let's get that shit scheduled.
I'll get some email addresses for you, and I'll send them over to you.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All right, well, everybody that was listening, hope you enjoyed it. If not, try again next time.
Don't forget your carry gun.
Seriously, don't forget your carry gun or knife. All right,
Or
peace
something.
out, everybody.